Hey guys, welcome to the Binge Zone. On today's video, we're going to be breaking down season 2 of The Rain, breaking down the ending, the characters, and the plot to get a better understanding of just what happened this season. Because we got such a tonal shift between season 1 and season 2. It's a lot to unpack, so let's just jump into it. Season 2 starts off right where season 1 ended, and we have the cast of characters running away from Apollon, running away from Simone and Rasmus's father, Frederick. However, the run doesn't last long and they're immediately cut off. And then we see Frederick approach Simone and he hands her some coordinates to some people that might be able to help cure Rasmus without killing him. Shortly after that, he is shot and killed right in front of his two kids, and the season takes off from here. Now, this opening sequence pretty much encapsulates everything this season tries to do, and that is rush through everything. Last season was 8 episodes. Season 1 was 8 episodes. This season's only 6. So because of that, we're sped through a lot of the character building that made the first season that much more enjoyable. Because remember, in the first season, every character had a flashback, and we got to know every character, every major character that we were introduced to at least, and we got a feeling of community and acceptance, and we just liked the characters that we were seeing. However, this season breezes through everything, and before you can wrap your head around what's going on, we're on to the next issue, on to the next problem, which kind of makes this season more jarring than the last season, so I'm going to do my best to break it down. So let's start off with Rasmus and his virus. In the first season, we find out that Apollon was creating this virus, and their plan was to weaponize it. And when something happened, it ended up contaminating the rain, and the rain rained on everybody, and that's all of season 1. However, in this season, we find out that the virus is no ordinary virus. The virus is something that was concocted to be some greater weapon, because at the end of season 1, again, they said they were going to weaponize the virus. However, the one that they gave Rasmus was a prototype, which is why Rasmus didn't die, and which is why Rasmus actually lived on with the virus and he could spread it. So when Simone, Rasmus, Martin, Jean, Patrick, Leia get to the coordinates that Frederick gave them and they found the lab, they asked the people to help them because Frederick sent them there. So they tried to run some tests on Rasmus, and we're going to find out when they're trying to take some cerebrospinal fluid from Rasmus, Rasmus has no blood. He has no bodily fluids. It's nothing but pure, unadulterated virus keeping him alive, and he kills everyone in the room with some sort of venom-like power. And by venom, I mean the venom from Spider-Man. So he kills them with some X-Men venom type power. And that's when we're introduced to the magnitude of just what this virus is. The virus inside of Rasmus is like a parasite slash virus that's ever evolving. You have the original strain that was put inside Rasmus. And every time you try to do something to him, it evolves. When you try to cure him, it evolves. If you hurt Rasmus, it evolves and evolves to the point where it becomes a literal weapon. So at the end of season 1, when they said they're trying to weaponize the virus, I thought they were gonna use it by stirring in the atmosphere or something, but they're actually turning it into a weapon that can attack people and kill you on sight, which makes it very hard to deal with, and which makes Rasmus arguably the most dangerous person on this planet, because not only is the virus spreading through Rasmus and killing humans, it's actually killing the plant life, animals, and the surrounding areas all around Rasmus. And if you hurt the virus, you hurt Rasmus. So therefore, it's like I said, it's like a parasite that feeds off of Rasmus and it's there to protect them. Kind of like Venom from Spider-Man. It's pretty much that same trope you see with the virus, the parasite living in him and trying to protect him, because both their lives are at stake if the virus is cured. Now in this season, we're also introduced to other characters, but the one major character I want to talk about is Sarah. She is the polar opposite of Rasmus. Sarah has an immune system deficiency problem in which her immune system is very weak, so therefore even the common cold could kill her. So she's the polar opposite of Rasmus, who's able to live with this most deadliest of viruses, while Sarah herself can't even get a cold without dying. And of course, these two characters fall in love. But that's the issue with this season. Like I said earlier, the scenes happen so fast, the season is rushed through so fast that we don't get to see the characters build and just kind of just fall in love with each other and try to do this Romeo and Juliet kind of thing. And that kind of irks me a bit, because just a few days ago, Rasmus was head over heels over Beatrice from season 1. But we're not going to get into that because there's more to cover. So these two characters are polar opposites, and yet they have to find a way to be together. And that's kind of the crux of Rasmus's storyline this season. And then you have the other romances of this season, such as Jean and Leia finally getting together, Martin and Simone finally getting together, and Patrick just being Patrick. But we're going to skip over all these different love triangles or love relationships, because that's not important. The most important thing to discuss here is the virus and its nature. So as the season progresses, we see Martin and Patrick leave to try to get the capsules out of their neck so they can leave the zone. Jean and Leia have their own thing, and Simone is trying her best to cure Rasmus. And then Rasmus starts seeing, it's a whole, again, it harkens back to the Venom and Eddie Brock type of scenario where the Venom symbiote virus is playing tricks on Rasmus. But we're going to focus on Martin and Patrick, who find another lab, and they come to find out that this virus is uncurable. You can't cure the virus at all. And if you try to cure it, it adapts, mutates, and becomes stronger, and it kills anyone that tries to get the virus off. So, of course, with Simone putting all her thoughts and energies and everything she has into finding a cure for Rasmus, the virus is pitting Rasmus's mind against Simone. And as the story progresses, we see that when someone tries to cure Rasmus, Rasmus goes full on and tries to kill her because Rasmus feels that Simone is trying to control him and trying to get rid of him. However, it's still the virus playing tricks on his mind. So when he tries to kill Simone, Leia gets in the way and he instantly kills Leia, to the dismay of Jean, who just watches. That's when Martin and Patrick return, and they tell them, do not kill Rasmus, there's no way around it. And the whole Apollon's chasing after them is to get Rasmus, to the point where Apollon enlists the entirety of the people living in the zone and gives them a promise that they can leave the quarantine zone if they find Rasmus, thus creating a manhunt for him. But at the end of the season, when everyone who finds Rasmus comes into contact with him, he instantly kills them. The forest and the zone itself is beyond habitable now because the virus is spreading through nature, trees, and it's encroaching upon the very little space that they have left that isn't infected by the virus. And at the very end of the season, Simone has enough of Rasmus because Rasmus killed Leia and Sarah died because of Rasmus. So Simone goes and she shoots Rasmus, killing him, or so we thought. And the virus itself kind of ejects the bullet and heals Rasmus. And Rasmus is hurt by the fact that his own sister tried to kill him, even though a few seconds before he was trying to kill her. And he goes off, and the season ends with Rasmus running into the arms of Apollon, who want to use Rasmus. They don't want to cure Rasmus. They want to harness the abilities of the virus and inject as much people as possible with him, creating a whole new breed of humans, these super venom symbiote virus type humans, in order for them to sell them as weapons. So that's what they mean by weaponizing the virus. But we do learn something very interesting about this virus. At the end of the season, both Leia and Sarah, who were killed by the virus, are resuscitated by the same virus and they're brought back to life. So it seems that certain individuals can be brought back to life, the closer and more condensed versions of the virus that you get, as opposed to the more diluted one you got from the rain that instantly kills you. So Rasmus's virus has the ability to heal and bring back certain dead characters. So maybe we'll see Beatrice in season 3, I don't know. Overall, this season's about the virus evolving and getting more powerful and kind of comic booky in the way that it evolves. And for as wacky as the season is, hey, the season 1 had to go somewhere, right? Anyway, guys, I'd love to hear your thoughts on the show in the comment section below. And if you liked the video, definitely hit the thumbs up, hit the subscribe button if you guys have not already. And until next time, binge on.